What up, world? It's your man G Williams coming at you. And you already know it ain't right because I ain't wrapped too tight. But I'm going to say something. So I got to say something.
Hey, what up, world? It's your boy G Lewis, and I just want to let you know I do say what I say because I am my father's son. So, Book of G, what do we got this week?
Turn the page.
Another
chapter.
Another chapter in the Book of G. So the question on the table today is, has the decline of traditional dating hurt our households? Now, we might agree, we might disagree, but I think yes. I think absolutely it has hurt our households. I think it has cut our ability to establish respect early in the relationship. I
think this is a moment in Black history because we actually agree.
Yeah, put that on the calendar. Put that. But, because they think we agree all the time.
No, I don't even like him.
Yeah, me either. Yeah. But, I think it's important to lay ground rules when you dating somebody. I think that's very, very important. Something I like to call the contract, right? Because you don't want the contract to change when you're dating. You don't want somebody to say, all we gonna do is hook up.
Right.
That's it. That's it. We ain't doing nothing more than that. And then later on they say, I think we should take this to the next level. Violation of the contract, right? So I think it's very important to lay ground rules. And a lot of that is a part of traditional dating. That's stuff we were taught, you know what I'm saying? But now the hook up is booked up and traditional dating is kind of fallen by the wayside. What do you think?
You hit the nail on the head right there. The hookup is booked up. Face booked up.
I like that.
That's the two-word thing that's the counterpart of this thing. Social media has gotten people off because we are more interested in getting likes than to actually seeing what people are like. Atlantis. Okay. We want the instant gratification of proving a model, but not being anything of substance behind it. And so I think that's fast forwarded into this breakdown we got that leads to further on, because you can't start a lie and then or what's that old saying? The lie you tell is the lie you got to keep telling.
Because I don't be lying.
Right.
Go
and I couldn't imagine dating today. I'm a married cat, been that way for several years now, and appreciate it. But I'm from the old school. Is I see you at the gas station, I see you at the party, I see you whatever. I got to go talk to you, and I got to start that dialogue between you to figure out who you are. Whereas today, people are having full-fledged relationships up until it's time to move in together online.
Fried catfish.
Right. Fried catfish. Yeah. I can't understand a catfish for the life of me. How do you think you... Anyway, that's another show right there. But to answer the original question, absolutely. These non-traditional ways that we're meeting people is hurting on the back end.
And I think, like you said, it forces the topic of honesty. Like, there are things that you can see in body language that you can't see in an IM message.
Right.
LOL. You know what I'm saying? RF, whatever. I can't spell it. You can't. It's things that you just can't see. Like, because I'm typing in all caps. Maybe I'm at work and I have to type a document in block lettering, but you think I'm mad at you.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like, there's things that you can see in body language that you can't see online. And I think traditional dating is a lost art. People don't even know how to date.
Right.
Like, a fella don't know what to do when it comes to planning a date. So what do you do when you plan a date? What do you plan? Either the movies or you go get something to eat. Right. Those are the two fallbacks, right? Because far be it from us to use our creativity to plan a date or allow the woman to plan a date, right? We don't even know what roles we have anymore. We don't know what our responsibility is when it comes to dating. And I think all of that plays into it. Social media, you hit it on the head.
Yeah. Yep. And so yeah, to parlay on that point of planning dates, again, how are you dating online these days? If you meet somebody online, you got to bring that offline so fast that it's ridiculous. Like, case in point, there was a friend who was looking for someone for a man, someone that, you know, she wanted a relationship. And so she meets a guy online that says, well, give me your phone number so we can talk. And she says, no, I don't talk on the phone. You know, ain't that counterproductive if you're looking to meet someone that wouldn't you want to talk to them? You know, you would want to have some type of dialogue in order to do that. And so, again, planning dates, let me switch real quick and transition. Game college. Break it down how I used to do it. All right? Especially in the initial. You know, it's cool to be able to plan these grandiose things or whatever. But my whole thing is, I'm not finna spend $100 to figure out I don't like you. You know what I'm talking about? So I had 2 default dates. In the summertime, we went to Baskin Robbins. In the wintertime, we went to Starbucks.
I'm sorry. Go ahead, yeah.
That was it. Summertime, Baskin Robbins. Wintertime, Starbucks. I need to find out over this little medium if we can even go further. It's something affordable. It's something that, you know, again, it's thoughtful in the process, but it does so much more in determining where I want to go with you next. But I mean, that was my little take on it. Talk about it. Tell me something.
Well, I mean, I'm a firm believer, and any woman I've dated knows this. So there are some witnesses out there that I'm a firm believer of Dutch. Roll that, light it, smoke it. That's what I am. Like, when I first meet you, we go Dutch. I pay for me, you pay for you, because I believe that when there's dating, you have to have elevation and stages to dating. So if you become my girl, money's not going to be a problem. If you become my woman, money's not going to be a problem. If you become my wife, money's not going to be a problem. So I like you. I don't believe in spending a whole bunch of money to figure out I don't like you. And the good thing about Dutch, ladies, because I know a lot of you are like,
they fueling. I can feel the heat coming right now. I can feel it.
Let me tell you the positive to Dutch. If you find out you don't like this guy, right, you don't have to deal with the post-date of him feeling like you owe him something, right? How many women have gone on a date with a guy and he feels like you owe him something, and now he's bugging you, bothering you, pestering you, and you like, I wish this dude would just leave me alone. Well, if you had paid your half of the bill, he wouldn't have nothing over you, right? And for fellas, good thing about going Dutch is, if y'all don't like each other, or you find out that she's scandalous or she don't like you, guess what? You only paid for your evening. So I don't see anything wrong with going Dutch, because I could have a great date with somebody I cannot stand and never want to see again. So why should I be spending my money like that on that? Right. That's just me.
Right, because like I said, I can feel the heat radiating right now out of women. Well, what about being me and all that stuff? Look.
Gender roles, y'all. Gender roles.
Come on, for real. I'm not fitting to sponsor nobody. Okay? And so what y'all mad about is the ability of sponsorship being taken away for us posting this video right now. Because you had no intentions anyway. You just found out where you was going, and you like, I can sit through that, because normally I don't go to Ruth Chris.
Hey, you know? what is that old statement? Should I save her? No. So Dutch, roll it, light it, smoke it.
There it is. And that's game college right there.
But you know what? There's another piece. There's the post-traumatic relationship disorder piece. So for post-traumatic relationship disorder, what it gives you the ability to do when you're live is you're able to pick on little key subtle things that lets you know that this person is going through PTRD. Like if you out on a date, first time you out on a date with somebody walks up to you, female that you know, saw you, wanted to say hi, and you look at her and all of a sudden her demeanor shifts a little bit. PTRD, right? Do you want to date this person? Let's say you guys are out on a date and all of the time she pushes that bill towards you. Even though y'all might have discussed it beforehand, or that's the time she always wants to go to the bathroom. PTRD. You need to know about these things before you get involved. And for ladies, if you out on a date with a guy and he loves the way you look when you're in the house, but then all of a sudden he wants you to dress like a nun when y'all go out in public, PTRD. So you got to be mindful of these things, and these are things that you can't get online because anybody can be anybody online. So you got to be careful of those things. But what do you think?
Yeah, you hitting the nail right on the head again. That PTRD, I like that because, you know, I need to find out as soon as possible what your issues are.
That's right.
And you do too, about mine, you know. And we can only be fake for so long. You know, because even in the old school, when we did it with face to face, you know, you really only had about 90 days.
That's real.
You had about 90 days where, you know, you could hide everything that you was trying to hide before it all showed up and came out. See, but online, man, you know, again, they hide it up until the wedding day, and they don't know how to interact with each other. And so, again, I know this might sound like some old cats talking, whatever, but hey, the game remains the same. The fundamentals still apply, which is in order to get to know somebody, guess what you got to do? Get to know them.
Boom. But those, so you kind of ventured into something else that kind of, you know, so people are probably listening saying, so what is traditional dating, right? What are the stages of dating, right? And you kind of hit the nail on the head with that because I feel like there are 3 stages to dating, right? This is my philosophy, all right? There is the glow stage, right? That's the beginning. That's when you love each other. He's cute, she's cute. Y'all on the phone late. No, you hang up first, right? They perfect. Everything is perfect about them. You can't wait to see him, talk to him. Everything is great about him, right? That's the fronting stage. That's the stage where you put your best foot forward. You lead with your best. You pull out your best outfits. You come up with your best dating ideas. She puts on her best outfits. Everything is on the surface. Here's where the problem I see that comes in with traditional dating is the reversal of stages 2 and 3. The glow stage is good, right? But then you have the getting to know you stage, right? That's stage 2. That's where you find out that she likes to pass gas at 6 o'clock in the afternoon, right? You didn't necessarily know that on the date because y'all dating at 8 o'clock at night.
Right.
Depending on if you're a side piece or not, you know, different times apply.
Right.
But, you know, that's what it is. So you have the getting to know you stage where this is the stage where you figure out, I can't stand you. Well, I can't stand you either. You too jealous. Were you too narcissistic? Were you too insecure? This is where you find that out. But most people go to the commitment stage. They go from the glow stage to the commitment stage. And then they go from step 3 to step 2. And then they figure out, I can't stand you. And now 3 years later, you figure out this is a person you should have left, that you would have left after 6 months had you followed stages in their proper context. Right. 1, 2, 3. Those are the proper, you know, stages of dating. And then the glow stage, the getting to know you stage, and then, of course, you know, the relationship or the commitment stage. You know, because you got to find out how much you have in common and how much you don't have in common, hopefully before you fall in love.
Right.
Because once you in love, you kind of anchored at a different level. So I kind of need to know if we don't have a lot in common beforehand. But that's me. That's my order of how I think dating should go. What about you? What do you think?
Man, I couldn't agree with you more. I need to find out. Funny that you said, you go out on a date and you find out that she got gas. That happened to me, you know.
Really?
But thank God it happened on the first date. Man, I had a model, dog. Literally a model who did masseuse. Anyways, first date, we get together, we go out, we go to get some Mexican food, right? Ooh. Which is a real. I broke my rule of coffee or ice cream because she was bad. Okay. And so we went to get some Mexican food. Dog. By 8 o'clock, it was Hiroshima in my damn car.
That's horrible. There ain't nothing about that that's positive. That's horrible.
See? But I was happy to find that out early because we never went out again.
See, but you talk about a chemical imbalance, man. Like, she can't help her lactose intolerance. Or the fact that she can't process beans properly.
Right, but I needed to help my leather and to get her out of my car.
That's a ripple that you want back. Yeah, I feel you on that.
So, yeah, man, that didn't work out. And that was, again, through interaction. Right. Through going through stages. And that I was able to get that from jump, knowing that you fine, but you funky.
Right. And you know something else too, what people they rob themselves of the opportunity of being truly romanticized when they eliminate traditional dating. Because they go off of a fake cyber romance, right? So I can type all of this stuff that I might have Googled and put into the chat box and hit send, and you think I'm so creative and so brilliant. I don't have to shoot off the cuff in front of you. One of my claims to fame is that I think on my feet, right? So I want my credit for that. You know what I'm saying? And there's a lot of things that you can't do. You're not allowed to be as truly creative or as truly into the person. I mean, I can even put a separate picture of somebody else up and have you falling for somebody that's not even really me. So when we talk about dating, you know, traditional dating is really, really important. And I'm not one of these guys that would have banned the internet to keep libraries open. Now, I'm not one of these type guys, right? I'm not the biggest fan of computers. But what I do say is for everything, there needs to be balance. Absolutely. Like Exhibit said, too much of anything makes you an addict. Too much of anything makes you an addict is a bad idea.
That's right.
So there needs to be balance with everything. So, you know, some things to, you know, remember, like we talking about with dating is the opportunity to be romantic, the opportunity to force reality and truth, and really the opportunity to find out about PTRD. Like a lot of people really understate that, you know, like some people have, especially guys, and guys, y'all need to stop doing this, but they got kind of a PTRD to booty ratio. So depending on what the ratio is and how many points that she gets on that outweighs the PTRD scale. But see, what you don't understand is the PTRD scale fluctuates. So it might be a 4 right now, but it might be a 10 on the Richter scale once y'all get together. You don't necessarily know. So you need to be able to identify it and deal with it up front. You can't really do that online. You know what I'm saying? Unless you just a jealous typer. Or, you know, like you're an insecure typer. You know what I'm saying? I don't really know how that works because I don't really do that. But, you know. But now online dating is good for the hookup. I ain't gonna lie, right?
Yeah, that's hookup central right there.
It's good for the hookup, you know. So, and for ladies and fellas, let me throw this out there to both of y'all. Please stop putting you on your page in a thong and some high heels and then talking about thank God and the Lord Jesus about going to church, and then talk about I don't know why he always trying to have sex with me.
Oh, God.
Your profile picture has you in high heels with your butt facing the screen. What else am I supposed to be looking at?
Right.
What am I supposed to be focused on?
Oh,
that's the attraction piece, right?
That has ended so many potentials for me. Because you know I'm going to keep it 100 and say it real. And I said that thing to several women who said I was rude.
Out the gate?
Out the gate. I'm like, what else was you expecting? You know, you are out here advertising sex. So if I come to you for sex, how am I being disrespectful?
Well, that's because women got to understand the difference between sexy and sexable.
Well, that's a whole other show.
Yeah.
That's a whole other show because, you know, sexy is commanding, you know.
Yeah, sexy is a culmination of things.
Right.
It's not just what I see with my eyes, but it's a culmination of all the senses. If you can make all my senses tingle, my vision, my hearing, which means you got to have something to say. Sorry. But you know, you might have to smell good too. My sense of smell, my sense of touch. Yeah. If you can make all my senses tingle, now we're talking about sexy. If when I look at you, I immediately only have one body part that works, you pretty much are sexable. Yeah. So I mean, and if you leading with a thong and some high heels with your butt facing the screen, I guarantee you are high on the sexable scale.
Absolutely.
So, you know.
But we'll digress to another show on that.
Yeah. So, you know, traditional dating, is it hurting our households? I think it is because, you know, like we said, respect, you can get it out the gate. There are things that you can learn about each other face to face that you just can't, little idiosyncrasies that you can't really learn online. And it teaches you how to really connect with another person.
That's right.
Right? You know, so, you know, balance. Everything's about balance. I'm not saying y'all can't go out and meet people. And what's some of the dating sites? Tinder, You don't have to be lonely. Right. Yeah, on farmersonly.com. Right. I really like that one. I really love that theme song. Yeah. Black People Meet.
Right. Snapchat.
So Snapchat. That's a dating site?
I don't know.
I thought that was about pictures.
But
that tells you how out of focus I'm at.
I don't know either.
But yeah.
Eventually everything can take the turn toward that. But
your producer's saying it's just Snapchat was for girls to show their titties off.
So
temporarily. You have to 10-second titty flash.
Right.
Boobtastic.
Right, that's it. But Instagram, all that. I mean, everything turns. Every technological.
There
it is.
What it is.
Turns to that medium. I mean, it starts with social networking, but eventually that is going to creep into it, and people expose it for that. And again, I mean, there's nothing wrong with it. It's just the fact of not getting caught up in just that. I haven't been to like a club or a social event like that in a long time.
He really means that. Yeah, I tried to get him to go a few weeks ago. He just wouldn't show up.
But from what I hear about it, hearing that back in the day stuff go again, you old. But when me used to go to the party, it was an interaction. Mm-hmm. That was the whole point of being at the party is interaction. You had to interact. And if you couldn't go up and sit down next to somebody and talk, you had a bad night. You weren't necessarily having fun. But it seems like today, as I hear, you go into a place and you got a wall this side, you got a wall this side, you got some people doing this. In the place where you're supposed to be interacting. Am I right or wrong?
No, I mean, I think that is true. And that's because that's the norm. That's become the social norm.
Right.
Unfortunately, But the thing is even in the club scene, or no matter how you or where you meet people, I do agree with you that there has to be some sort of auditory skill that you have to have in order to be able to communicate.
Right.
And so a lot of guys are, they lean in, they putting a lot of work into their Facebook page so that they can get a date when they get to the club, because that's what they showing, on their phones when they get there.
Right.
So
with that, I mean, we're going to wrap it up right here, but game rules applies to both, which is be about what you post online. Plain and simple. Be about it. If you up there posting stacks online, you better make sure you got stacks when you step out in the real world, or else you perpetrate a fraud. If you advertising for the hookup, then make sure that's what you're doing when you out in the real world, or else you perpetrating a fraud. I don't want no catfish stories on the Booker G.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. I eat catfish.
Yeah.
So I mean, if you run into a cat like myself, that fraud ain't gonna happen. It ain't gonna matter. So you can perpetrate all the fraud that you want. I'm gonna get to the bottom of it. So
immediately.
Yeah, immediately. If I don't see you within a couple of days and we still talking online, deuces. On to the next.
There it is.
Yeah.
So again, like it, love it, want more of it.
You must not know about me. You must not know about me.
All right, we'll see you on the next Booker G.
All right.
Peace.
You know how I go, man. Niggas frontin' down there, they stuntin' down there.